Very good morning, students. Today, we are going to discuss a wonderful topic which definitely you all will like it. Can you guess? Yes, it's just about the digestion. Okay? Yeah. So, let's see what are the subtopics present in this chapter. Number one, introduction on digestive system with the definition and how the digestive system in different animal groups and histology of alimentary canal. So, what do you mean by histology? Histo means tissues, logy, study of. So, what is histology? Study of tissues. Okay, then we are going to discuss about the organs involved in digestion, and then we are going to discuss about the digestive glands. Can you tell me what are the digestive glands? Yes, the intestinal gland, liver, pancreas, isn't it? So all these things are digestive glands. And the next topic, which is a little bit tougher topic, that is process of nutrition. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and finally about the egestion, and lastly we are going to discuss about the digestive disorders. Yes, is all the topics are interesting for you? I hope it is. Okay, yeah, we will move on to the first topic, that is introduction on digestion. Okay, can you tell me what are the components which is present in our food? Yes, day to day life we are eating many foods, isn't it? So what are the components in our food? Wonderful. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals, isn't it? So, the components present in our food are, come on, once again, it's carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So, these are the complex form. You have to convert everything into simplest form. Okay, say for example, what is the complex form here? Yes, the carbohydrate, isn't it? The simplest form of carbohydrate is glucose. Yes, similarly, the complex is protein, and the simplest form of protein is amino acids. Yeah, good. Then finally, the complex part of the part is fat or lipid, and the simplest part is fatty acids and glycerol. I hope this is very clear for you, isn't it? So that is digestion. So in the digestion, we are going to convert the complex food substances into simplest form. Is it clear or not? I hope it's crystal clear. Yes? Okay, fine. So we will move on to the definition now. Okay? Yes, please read it with me. The process of conversion of complex food substances into simple absorbable form. Wonderful. Okay, so by means of two things, one is mechanical. Mechanical means we are grinding, chewing our food, isn't it? That is mechanical. And biochemical is addition of bile juice, okay, gastric juice, everything, isn't it or not? So I hope now the definition for digestion is very clear. So what is the complex one? Protein. The simplest one, amino acid. Complex one, carbohydrate. The simplest one is sugars. And the complex one, fat. The simplest one, fatty acid and glycerol. Is it clear? Yeah, fine. So now we will move on to the next topic. Okay. So, do you have any idea about digestion in different animal groups? Yes. Can you tell me? Yes. We human beings are digesting our food. Pakka, that's clear. I'm asking you, do you know about other organisms and how they are digesting the food? Shall we see that? Yeah. Okay. So first we'll start from protozoans. So the protozoans are, for example, take an amoeba. Okay. Amoeba or a paramecium. I'll just draw the amoeba here. Isn't it? So this is a unicellular organism. So the digestion will occur inside the cell, the single cell of this organism. Isn't it? So that's why within means intra. Okay, intra means within. So the digestion is occurring within the cell of an amoeba. That's why this is known as intracellular digestion. Okay? Yeah. Then, what about the parasitic protozoans? Everybody knows what is a parasite, isn't it? They will just take the food from other animals or something like that, okay, by harming them. So similarly, the digestion, okay, I have told you it is the parasite is going to take the food directly from the host, isn't it? So it doesn't require any digestive system. Yeah. Then the next one is sponges. So can you just give me one example for sponges? Any idea? Yeah. Yeah. Leucosolenia, isn't it? Spongilla. Yes. So sponges, commonly known as poriferans. Pore means pore. Okay. Pore bearers. That is poriferans. Okay. See, this is a poriferan. Okay. It has pores all over the body. I'm just taking a section of it. Okay. Just see, I'm taking a section of it. So you can see here a cell known as collar cell. Okay. The digestion will occur in this collar cell, also known as covenocytes. Yes. Is this term is new for you? Just learn it twice. Okay. It is covenocyte. Again, the digestion will occur in this covenocyte. So this is intracellular. Covenocyte is a cell, isn't it? So the digestion will occur within the cell. Good. Shall we move on to the next one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The next phylum is coelentrates. See, for coelentrates, I'll just draw a sea anemone here. Okay. A sea anemone with tentacles. Okay. And here you can see a gastrovagus vascular cavity. So you can see how the alimentary canal, you know, has been originated. Primitively, it has been just a cavity known as gastrovascular cavity. Okay, so the digestion will occur in the cavity and also in the cell. So it is known as partly extracellular. Extracellular means outside the cell in the gastrovascular cavity. Yes, okay, and partly intracellular, which means again within the cell. Is it clear? Good. Then the next phylum is Aschelminthus. Aschel means round. Helminthus is worm. So it is round worm. Okay. So the alimentary canal of this Aschelminthus has two openings. Okay. Till Platyhelminthes it has only one opening. So you will call the digestive system as incomplete digestive system. In NEET, you might get a question like this. From which phylum you will have complete digestive system? The answer is yes. It is Aschelminthus. Okay? Because here the organism has mouth and also anus, two openings. And the body plan will be tube within the tube. Say for example, this is the body. And here you can see the alimentary canal. So it looks as if a tube within the tube, isn't it or not? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So then, so far we have completed till Aschelminthus. Now I am moving on to annelids. Okay. Annelids means segmented body. So what is annelid? Segmented body. So it has a well developed alimentary canal. You can see how the digestive system has been evolved from the smallest unicellular organism till the annelids. Okay, it is well developed and it has a good buccal cavity, the pharynx, the esophagus, and gizzard. This gizzard is similar to that of our teeth. So, if it is similar to that of our teeth, then what will be the function? Yes, grinding. Okay, and then stomach, intestine. Okay, in NEET examination, they have asked a question. The organ known as typhlozool is present in which organism? Okay, in the option you can see earthworm. So you can ask me, ma'am, what is this typhlozool? This is similar to that of the villi. The villi which is present in our body. Okay. So what will be the function of the villi? Yeah, absorption and to increase the surface area. Okay, so please make a note of it. Increase the surface area of intestine. Wonderful. Okay. Then the next phylum is Arthropoda. Okay. Arthro means jointed, poda legs. Okay. So here you can see mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, crop, gizzard, midgut, hindgut, and anus. Okay, the term which is new here is crop, isn't it? So, crop is meant for storage of food. Okay? Yeah. So far till arthropoda, I hope it's very clear for everybody. Okay? Then we are going to move on to the next topic. So far we have learned digestion and how digestion is present in other organisms. Now I am going to explain about the histology of alimentary canal. Yeah, shall we see that? Yes. Histo, I have told you it's tissue, and logy is nothing but study. So, we are going to learn the tissues, how the tissues are present in our alimentary canal or the digestive system. Okay, good. Yeah. So, our alimentary canal has four important layers. They are serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. Yes, can you please repeat it with me? Serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. Yes. Okay. Shall we see something more detail about each and every layer? Yes. Okay. The first layer is serosa. That is the outermost layer of our alimentary canal. This layer is made up of mesothelium and connective tissue. In NEET examination, you might get questions like out of the sentences, which is not true about connective tissue, or which is not true about serosa. In the option, you might find the serosa is the outermost layer. It is made up of mesothelium. It is present in the alimentary canal. And the last one, it has epithelial tissue. Yes, tell me, which is the odd man out here? Yeah, the serosa is made up of connective tissue. It is not epithelial tissue. So, when you are learning the concept, please learn word by word, sentence by sentence, word by word thoroughly. Master the content. Okay, fine. Then the next one is muscularis. As the name itself suggests, it has muscles. Yes, this layer has muscle. It has two types of muscle. One is longitudinal. Okay, longitudinal will be outer and inner muscle will be circular. Longitudinal, outer, inner is circular muscle. These muscles will help in peristaltic movement. Yes. Can you tell me what is peristaltic movement? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. So, when we are taking the food, the alternative contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation. So, like that, our food will move. Okay, so this type of movement is known as peristaltic movement. Yes, okay, fine. Then the next layer, serosa, muscularis, and the third layer is submucosa. Here it has loose connective tissue and it is supplied with nerves, blood, lymphatic vessels, and even with glands. Okay, in NEET examination there was a question. Okay, so the Brunner gland is present in which layer of alimentary canal? Now I have told you about 4 layers. In which layer I have mentioned about glands? Submucosa. Wonderful. So the correct answer for this is submucosa. Okay. So the Brunner gland will be present in the submucosa. So what will be the function of the submucosa? It will secrete mucus to overcome the adversity of HCl. Because you all know very well, isn't it? The stomach has HCl, isn't it or not? So it is highly acidic. So to overcome that, when the food reaches from the stomach to the small intestine, something has to, overcome it, that adverse effect. For that, we need this. Yes. Yeah. Then the next one is mucosa, the innermost layer, okay, lining the lumen of alimentary canal. Say for example, if this is our serosa and the next one is our muscularis and the next one is our submucosa and the final one is our mucosal region. Here you can see if it is a small intestine, you can see a finger-like structure called villi. And if it is a stomach, in the mucosal layer, you can see rugae. Is it clear? Yes. So this is our third topic. So far we have completed the definition, then the components, then finally we have discussed about what? The digestive system and different organisms, and at last we have discussed about histology of alimentary canal. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Shall we recap everything? What are the things we have discussed today? Okay. So this is just a recall of the content we have learned so far. So the first one we have discussed about the digestion components, isn't it? Then the next one we have discussed is, okay, what is the next one we have discussed? Yeah, the definition for digestion, isn't it? Yeah, definition for digestion, where we saw that we have converted the complex substances into simpler forms, and the next one we have discussed is how digestion is present in or occurring in different organisms, isn't it? In this we have seen about the protozoans, isn't it or not? Then coelentrates, okay. Then we have discussed about Aschelmanthus, annelids, and finally about the arthropoda. Yes. Then the last topic we have discussed today is about the histology, isn't it? Histology of alimentary canal. Here we have discussed about serosa, muscularis, okay, then submucosa, and the final one is mucosa, isn't it? Yeah. So I hope this session was wonderful and definitely you would have benefited something out of it. So thank you for watching this session and have a wonderful day.